Hi, Alan Emmerich here, Victory Point Games, and you're watching No Enemies Here, Wargaming News.
Decision Games, World at War issue number 60, Game Edition. The game that comes with this is Eisenhower's War. This is a two-player game covering the final 11 months of World War II in the Northwest Europe, from D-Day through the end of April 1945. This is a game designed by Tai Bamba and the artist is Nadir El Farah. Comes with a 22 by 34 inch map and 176 die-cut counters. Hexism has just released their Great War Commander, the game of tactical combat in World War I, the English version. This is a game designed by Roger Nard and Pascal Toupi and is a take on Combat Commander, Chad Jensen's Combat Commander. The components of this game: 6 back-printed 17-inch by 24-inch game maps, that's 12 maps in total, 256 large 5/8-inch die-cut counters, 36 double large 1 by 25-inch and 5/8-inch die-cut counters, 160 small half-inch die-cut counters, 270 playing cards, 4 double-sided player aid sheets, 8 back-printed scenario sheets, a rule book, and 1 8-page playbook. The Player's Aid are doing a playthrough, part 1 and 2 of The Last Battle of Ieshima 1945 by Take Aim Designs and Revolution Games. This is a game designed by Mike Ranella, graphics by Charles Keebler, and developed by Roger Miller. They are also doing a review of The Last Battle of Ieshima. They are also reviewing a Jim Crone Space Empires Close Encounters expansion game. This is a release by GMT. Artists are Roger B. McGowan and Eric Williams. Also doing an unboxing of a GMT game, Wild Blue Yonder. This is a Down in Flames series, originally designed by Dan Versen, and this design is by Chris Janaic. I hope I pronounced your name right, Chris. Gimpy of the Gimpy Gamer is doing Hell Frozen Over, the Battle of Attu Island, a lock and load publishing game. This is a tactical game designed by Jeff Lewis and Mark Nagel. The artists are David Julian and Mark Von Marshall. And Gimpy has a special feature of Mrs. Gimpy, also known as Gimpy's Gal, doing an unboxing of A Distant Plane, a game by Valko Ronke and David Train. I tell you, she starts off by saying that she knows nothing about war games, and doing that, it's like her husband put her to it. So she takes up the challenge, picks up the game, opens the rules, she says she doesn't know what she's talking about, reads the rules, and at the end of 7 minutes, she knows what she's talking about. That's way better than me, man. Also on another video, Gimpy's Gal guesses Gato Leader. This is a DVG game of submarine warfare. The Chief, Bonding with Board Games, is doing an unboxing of a PSC company, I think it's called Plastic Soldier Company, a Martin Wallace game called Lincoln. Jeff McAleer of the Gaming Gang is checking out on his Wargame Wednesdays Fortress Sevastopol, a game designed by Christian Diedler and published by Udo Greb Games. Gigi of the Geek Gamers is giving her a channel update. One of the games she is featuring is an Edgar Rice Burroughs John Carter Warlord of Mars. This is an old SPI game from 1979 designed by Eric Goldberg and Mark Herman. The artists are Don Mates and Redmond A. Simonson. Rob's Tabletop World. Rob looks at What are good war games for beginners? This segment, War and Pieces, he talks passionately about Stuka Joe and the hope for wargaming's future. In another segment of War and Pieces, Rob talks about an old Avalon Hill game made in 1963 called Stalingrad, designed by Charles S. Roberts, Lindsley Schutz, and Thomas N. Shaw. Mark Herman is doing an unboxing of Fort Sumter, a game published by GMT and designed by Mark Herman. You know, talking about Mark Herman as a designer, I mean, designers, you know how Judd Vance really idolizes Mark Herman. Well, I don't blame the guy. I mean, there's a little bit of genius happening for these guys again. Chad Jensen, Jim Crone, Ted Racer, Sal Vasta, Carol Paradzi, for God's sakes. I mean, I know the guy. I go to his house, and while he's designing a game, he's not designing one game. He's like designing 5. And I mean, he's been designing 5 games for, I don't know, 3 years, and he's proofreading the rules and of his new game, and he's checking out the art, and he's reading books on the game mechanics and whatever, and I mean, I can't even read the newspaper. Enrico Viglino, also known as Calendale, is continuing his Imperium Romanum 2, The Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, Marius versus Sulla, 1, 2, 3, and a wrap-up. Mauro Faina is continuing his Fortress Sevastopol, second video of 2, Learning the Game System, a Udo Greb game designed by Christian Diedler. Mauro is also doing a video on an unboxing of Ardennes 1944-1945, a game by Wojciech Zaleski. This is published by Taktyka I Strategia out of Poland. I was trying to read the Polish stats on their website, but all I can tell you is that it's an operational game. And the artwork that's done on this box is by Zaleski's son, Wojciech. Kevin from Big Board Gaming is checking out The Pocket at Falaise, a Against the Odds magazine game. The game is designed by Ted Racier, Paul Rohrbrough, and Lembit Tover. The artist is Craig Grando. This is a hex and counter game, and it is a chit pull system. GMT has just released their April 24th update on their website. Check it out, new games, new stuff. Jonathan Townsend is bringing out an old game published by West End Games called Killer Angels, designed by Daniel Scott Palter and Helena Rubinstein. The artists are Larry Catalano and Ray Sternberg. This is a hex and counter game of the American Civil War. Joe Clifford Faust has a special video called Unconditional Surrender Europe, a Sal Vasta game published by GMT, Storage Solution Unboxing, because us, as wargamers, we are OCD. I know, I speak from experience. Alan Emmerich of Victory Point Games is doing a first printer-proof unboxing of Frank Chadwick's Thunder in the East. Johannes Eppel, also known as Kalasmar, the Lonesome Gamer, has 3 videos out. The first 2 are parts 2 and 3 of a strategy and tactics game published by Decision Games, Charlemagne 1771-1780, a game designed by Joseph Miranda, and the third video is his continuation on Charlemagne in the year 1781 to 1785. An update to the Lonesome Gamer, because this is a news channel and news comes in every day. He has 2 other videos out. His continuation of Charlemagne 1786 to 1790 and 1791 to 800. AJ Toynbee of Hexes and Soldiers has 2 videos out. He's using the old school tactical map board and using ASL counters. Must be a hybrid game of sorts. The Late Night Gamer has his top 5 war games that he likes to play solo, 2018 edition. And for people who understand Spanish, we have Agusti Barrio Ruiz, who is doing Advanced Squad Leader Starter Kit 2, gameplays 1 and 2. The military board gamers checking out an old strategy and tactics number 84 game called Victory in the West Volume 2 Operation Grenade. This is a game by Joseph N. Balkowski and the artist is Redmond A. Simonson. Legion War Games, Prelude to War, Europe 1936 to 1939, a game designed by Serge Betancourt, but really it's Serge Betancourt. But anyways, what we get with this game is a 22 by 34 inch mounted map, 240 3/4 inch counters, a rule book, a 70-page playbook, 72 cards, player aids, and 3 scenarios. Compass Games, Tinian, The Forgotten Battle, The Marianas Campaign, Volume 3. This is a strategic game. Complexity, 6 out of 10. Solitaire suitability, 8 out of 10. 2 hours per turn. This is a 1 to 2 player game. Playing time 2 to 35 hours. The designers are Ross Mortel and Adam Starkweather, and the graphic artist is Antonio Pinar. What comes with this game is a 22 by 34 inch map sheet, 5 5/8 inch counter sheets, 2 division displays, 2 terrain effect charts and combat rules tables, 1 game turn record, 2 D10s, and Compass Games' famous box and a lid. What's amazing about this game is that, well, what's different about this game and strange is that they have rules that include drunken Japanese admirals. Does that sound like a Japanese drunken admiral? I mean, I can only guess. In 1944, with the stereotypic Japanese or whatever, it'd be like, Asoko desu, Asoko desu, America Jin desu, America Jin desu. Wa? Sake o motteimasen. In GMT's P500, not there yet, there's an interesting game called Atlantic Chase, and this is a game designed by Jerry White. So this is a game that simulates the naval campaigns fought in the North Atlantic between the surface fleets of the Royal Navy and the Kriegsmarine between 1939 and 1942. The components of this game: a 22 by 34 inch mounted map board, a sheet and a half of counters, 20 sets of wooden bits representing task forces, 2 off-map task force displays, 8.5 by 11, a player aid folder, a rule book, and a scenario book with illustrated setups, and 4 6-sided dice. Complexity is medium, and solitaire suitability is medium-high. GMT has their GMT Weekend at the Warehouse, April 26th to 29th, 2018. This is 3.5 days of gaming fun. The Grogcast Season 6, Episode 10, they have the game designer Brad Warren, where he describes the genesis of his game, some of the unique mechanics, the lessons he's learned along the way, and the next steps he's taking towards bringing it to the market. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you next week.